Hi there, so this is another in a series of a protect your lungs, build your lung capacity and your lung elasticity in the times of COVID. So coronavirus unfortunately is everywhere and it has not gotten better, and there are some that say that it's going to get worse with the season changes. So what we can do is we can do breathing techniques that have been done for thousands of years that have been proven. What I love about the yoga therapy training that I have is that we take ancient traditions and we take modern day science and we kind of put the two together, and we see all of the actual statistical, scientific, clinical trials that support everything for the ancient what the ancient people knew instinctively was correct. And that's actually one of the things that my book that I'm writing is about. It kind of takes all the ancient traditions, but it brings all the modern day research to support them. So anyway, one of the breathing techniques that we're going to do today, it is not for anybody with high blood pressure, it is not for anybody with glaucoma, it is not for anybody who is pregnant, it is not for anybody who has had recent surgery to any of your internal organs, and it's also not appropriate if you've had a heavy meal within the last hour and a half or so. So this is called kapalbhati. Some people say kapalbhati, but it's kapalbhati, and it's also called breath of fire. And it's very common, in particular, into the Kundalini yoga traditions. And in Kundalini yoga traditions, what I love about the breath of fire is that they do it in all different yoga postures. So you can do it in a bridge form. You can do it in your fish poses. You can do it in a downward dog. You can do it in so many different ways, and you will notice that each different way that your body is, you will feel it differently in your lungs. So I'm going to demonstrate the traditional kapalbhati, and then I'm going to show you ego eradicator, which is very common in the Kundalini tradition, and I'll show you another variation of the ego eradicator. But what I want to highlight is that I've been doing kapalbhati every day for about 5-6 years, and it's been part of my practice, maybe not daily practice, but it's been part of my normal routine for maybe 15 years. So I'm very used to this, and I've built my lung capacity. But when I first started it, I hated it. And my yogic foundations are Shivananda. And in the Shivananda tradition, before you do any physical yoga work, you do kapalbhati along with other breath work. And I hated it. It was like, oh my God, I just found it very uncomfortable. Now I love it, and one of the reasons why I love it is because I know all the benefits that it does to me beyond what it does for the lungs. I've had digestive disorders my entire life, and I've also had insulin resistant, and it does marvels. It's just amazing what it does for insulin resistance as well as for digestive disorders, and it also is great for the thyroid. I've also had issues with weight my whole life. So all those things that I've had my whole life are totally in check right now. And again, I'm not saying it's because of kapalbhati, but definitely kapalbhati is one of those things that helps for all of those things. So when I demonstrate it to you, keep in mind that I'm going to go probably much faster than you're going to go. You do it at your own pace. And as I've said in my prior videos, almost all breathing techniques in yoga are in and out through the nose. And you're going to try to have equal inhalation and equal exhalation. Whatever you do, do not do any hyperventilating. So again, I like to close my eyes to really focus more on the breath. And I'm going to take a couple of deep inhalations and exhalations before I start. So I'm going to start in a second. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to be forcefully exhaling through the nose. And I was taught that if you put your hand like right underneath your nostrils, you should be able to feel all that hot air come out of your nose. So I'm going to show you. So imagine, so you're not going to be able to see my mouth, but my mouth is shut because I'm only inhaling and exhaling through my nose. So I just did 20. So I do every morning, I do 200. So that was just 20, just to kind of giving you an idea. And I was trying to do those first 20 at a really even pace. I was trying to do it what I hope is going to be comfortable for you, that's almost like a heartbeat. So you want to kind of almost hear the sound of the heartbeat. Now I tend to do it much quicker, so I'm going to do it again more my way, but I definitely recommend that if you're going to start it, you start at that pace that I was doing for the first 20. And I'm going to add on Ego Eradicator. Ego Eradicator, my elbows are locked, my thumbs are sticking out, my fingers are in, and my arms are up at a V. So I'm going to start again with 2 deep inhalations and 2 deep exhalations, and then I will do kapalbhati. That was 40. Traditionally in Kundalini, when you're done, you bring your fingertips, your thumbs to touch above. You inhale, you hold your breath, and you focus on your third eye, which is right here. So just pretend that I'm doing all that even though I'm talking to you. Pretend that I'm holding my breath. I'm focusing on my third eye and my thumbs are touching. And then I'm going to relax, take a couple breaths. I'm going to do another version, which I said is similar to Ego Eradicator. This time, instead of my hands being like this, I'm going to make bear claws. So this is Ego Eradicator. So thumbs are extended, fingers in, and elbows locked. This time I'm going to make bear claws. And this time what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be crisscrossing my arms in front and behind as I do that. Okay? So these are all just variations, and I'm going to do 40, maybe I'll do more, we'll see. So if you want, you can give it a shot with me. If not, replay it. Of course, replay, the more the better, and always do it at your own pace, always in and out through your nose. So again, I'm going to start with 2 deep inhalations and 2 deep exhalations. I'm going to hold my breath, bring my thumbs together, focus on the third eye, and then release. So that was 60 breaths. So again, you can always do this at your own pace. As I mentioned, I've been doing this for about 15 years, and I do it every day. Every day I do 200 of them first thing in the morning. And when I say first thing in the morning, I'm talking about before sunrise. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Please check out my other videos because some of them may feel more comfortable to you than others. And as I mentioned, this one has a lot of contraindications. So this is not good for a lot of people. Another thing I didn't mention is for women on their cycle, they typically should not be doing this either. So those are just a number of tips. Please check out my other videos because I want you to do whatever you can to protect yourself in times of COVID. It is not a good time to get sick. It's not a good time to have any lung issues, so boost the lung capacity. I'm Deborah Charnes. I'm a certified yoga therapist, and I own the Namaste Council and the Right Council and the Namaste Getaway. So I thank you for joining me. Please check out my website, my Facebook pages, and my Instagram, Deborah Charnes, and of course check out my other videos. Like, share, subscribe. From my heart to yours. Namaste.